last letter. It was raining heavily. In a small wooden house deep in the forest, Min, a young journalist, received a strange letter. There was no sender. The handwriting was shaky, like the writer was scared. If you're reading this, I am already dead. But they won't leave me alone. I see them, in the dark. Please, come to Quỷ Dốc village, help me. They are coming back. Min felt cold inside. Quỷ Dốc was a hidden village where a whole family disappeared in 1999. No news covered it. No one dared go there. But Min couldn't ignore it. The next morning, he packed his recorder, camera, and a hand-drawn map that came with the letter. Someone had marked a house on the map, in blood. When he arrived, the village felt wrong. The trees were dead. There were no birds. The rusty gate had a sign, "Do not enter, cursed ground." As he stepped through, his phone lost signal. His watch stopped. Then a soft whisper, "You've arrived." He turned around. No one was there. But the shadow under the tree was gone. The house with crying sounds, Min followed the map to a lonely house at the end of a dirt road. The windows were broken. Grass was high. Blood-stained handprints were on the wall. Inside, it smelled like rotting meat. With his flashlight, Min explored. The living room was covered in spider webs. On a table was an old family photo, Dad, Mom, and 2 kids. But their faces were scratched out. Only empty, black eyes remained. That night, while playing his recording, he heard a quiet sob. "Please don't pull me down." It was a child's voice, but the house was silent. Min panicked and ran to the door, but it was locked from the inside. When he turned back to the photo, it had changed. The mother was now crying blood. Suddenly, footsteps echoed from the second floor. Creak, creak. Min grabbed his flashlight and started climbing the stairs, shaking. The woman in the mirror upstairs, everything was covered in thick dust. Min found a bedroom. In the center stood a large mirror, cracked and dirty. As he got closer, he noticed something strange. The mirror didn't reflect him. It showed a different room. In it stood a woman in a torn white dress, her back turned. Slowly, her head turned, without her body moving. Her neck twisted with a cracking sound. Min stepped back. On the ceiling, bloody footprints appeared, walking along the hallway. His flashlight flickered and died. Then he heard scratching and a giggle. "You saw me." The woman's pale face appeared right in the mirror, smiling wide. Her mouth stretched too far. Blood poured from her eyes. Min screamed and smashed the mirror. When the glass broke, wind howled through the room. On the wall, red letters appeared. "She is not human. She died in 1999. The father's journal. Min hid in a small room. There, he found an old wooden box full of papers. One was a leather journal. Le Van Quan, 1999. The first page said, "I hear it every night. My daughter is not herself anymore. Something took over her." Later pages were messy, drawn with fear. Pictures showed people being pulled underground, with claws and eyes everywhere. "My wife set herself on fire. I locked our daughter in the basement, but she still smiles, even with no mouth." Min shivered. A basement? He hadn't seen one yet. Then he heard knocking from the floor below. Knock, knock, knock. He pulled up an old rug and found a rusty iron door with chains. Before he could react, it started to shake violently. Knock, knock, knock. Then a small voice said, "Let me out. I'm cold. I'm scared of the dark." The door to Hell. Min placed his ear to the basement door. The child's voice was clearer now, crying, mixed with deep, growling sounds from below. Curiosity won over fear. Min broke the chains and opened the door. A terrible smell rushed out, like something dead for years. He climbed down slowly with his flashlight. The basement was small and made of stone. Strange symbols were drawn on the walls with dry blood. In the center was a broken metal cage, like something had escaped. In the corner, he saw a dried-up body, a little girl. Her eye sockets were empty. She held a headless doll. Min froze. Then the body turned its head and looked straight at him. "You came." Whispers filled the air, from the walls, the shadows, and inside Min's head. The flashlight died. In the dark, a cold little hand grabbed Min's hand. He screamed and rushed up the ladder, but the ladder kept growing, never ending. Below, something crawled up after him. "They are still alive." Min woke up in the living room. He didn't remember how he got there. Beside him, the voice recorder was still running. He listened. There was a conversation between him and someone else, but he didn't remember speaking. "Did you see them? See who?" "The ones who were not allowed to die." Then came many voices whispering at once, men, women, children. Crying, laughing, screaming. It hurt his ears. Min looked around. All the family photos on the wall had changed. The people in the pictures had opened their eyes, and they were looking at him. One secret door opened by itself. Inside, the room was full of dried corpses. All their heads turned toward Min. On each forehead carved deep was the word, return. He tried to leave the village, but every road brought him back to the same house. The gate now had a new sign, welcome home, Min. The one who wrote the letter. Min checked the first letter again. Under the paper, he found an old photo. It was him, standing in Quỷ Dốc village, but the picture looked 20 years old. Impossible. He had only come yesterday, right? Then, he found a second notebook in the box. This one read, Nguyen Min, 2004. I'm Min. I was a journalist. I came here too. I thought it was just another story. But I never left. I died. But I'm still writing. The journal ended suddenly. The ink had turned red and messy, like blood. Min looked in the hallway mirror. His reflection showed black eyes and shadows standing behind him. You sent the letter to yourself. You needed to bring someone else here. Now it's your turn to guard the village. The one who returned from the dead. The next morning, the village was silent and covered in thick fog. A young journalism student received a strange letter in the mail. No name, no return address. If you're reading this, I'm already dead, but they won't leave me alone. At the bottom, the signature was Min. Min is sitting in the dark house. His face has no emotion. Behind him, the wall is filled with photos, each one showing a person who once came to the village. None of them were ever seen again. As the camera zooms into Min's eyes, you see something terrifying inside them. You see your own face staring back. Are you the next one?